Time for a nice, chill, not so chill stream, because this is also about speed and power. But overall, nice time for a mostly chill stream. Exactly at 2. Yeah, I kind of do my, I kind of make a point of it, you know? Just doing some... So, we are prepping for a tournament next week. And in doing so, well, you guys get more Minesweeper content from me. I know, it's so exciting. It's been a little while. I did not actually stream the last time I was playing Minesweeper going fast, but that is up on my YouTube channel. But hopefully, I should be slightly higher seeded this time, essentially. I should be expected to do slightly better because of the way this tournament's set up. It is set up that the maximum, sorry, the minimum total, your minimum total, which I can show what mine is in just a little bit, but essentially that's the total of your personal bests in all difficulties, or in all standard difficulties. So the minimum value that all of those added together can be is 100. And mine is 121. My total is 121. So I am... there's a long way before before I'm sub 100, but I'm probably going to be in the top quarter, I think. No guarantees, but you know, it is a Swiss system tournament. So I'm very comfortable with Swiss tournaments, because all my chess tournaments I was a part of as I grew up were Swiss style. So essentially the way that works is you are seeded in some way, or seeded randomly at the start. My chess tournaments, you were always seeded randomly, so I think you can have a seeding going into Swiss, but I don't think it is not required. And then the way it works is you win, you get seeded higher in future rounds. If you lose, you get seeded lower in future rounds. And in the chess tournaments, there are always 6 rounds. I don't know the plan for this, but there are always 6 rounds, and after 6 rounds, well, you had enough to tell who was, like, that was enough information to know who was the winner out of very large groups. So here is hoping that this tournament doesn't quite go 3 hours like the last tournament I was in went. It might have even been 4 hours, I don't remember. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it, though. It's gonna be fun. I might enjoy Minesweeper, you know. This is kind of, might I don't know how you'd be able to tell that, but I might enjoy this game. Not to mention that for some of you guys, you get to listen to your favorite music most when I'm doing Minesweeper streams. So, you know, that certainly helps. Though, why you don't just listen to it other times? Like, this song is released. You can just listen to it whenever you want. I don't get why you don't just do that. You should listen to it more, yeah. This corner is going to be a bit of a pain. That's not a mine. There's a mine guaranteed there, which means there's a mine in one of those two. There we go. That clears that up. That was a guess. That was a 50-50. No way to have more information about that one, so I had to end up guessing there. Playing some Path of Exile this morning, and it feels like it's kind of amazing how good of a game, like how good it feels to play that after spending as much time as I have been playing Torchlight, because Torchlight is fine and all. I have, for one, I've invested much more time into Path of Exile, which means that I have much more. Like my main is much more fun to me. One there, one of those. That too already had one next to it. But yeah, it was fun. It was great fun. It has been a while since I've done much focus on the game. And so it was fun, just sitting down and playing a bit. I beat a boss that I had been having a huge amount of trouble fighting before, and stuff like that. Hello. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling a bit. I don't think he's here anymore. I think he hopped in to say that and then hopped out because, well, he hasn't said anything since. I am doing very well. I was playing some Path of Exile. The dimensions of this board are 44 by 38 by 397. It is a quest I have. I'm doing it to chill and help myself de-rust a bit, because this is not a particularly easy board. Well, you're only seeing him in chat because he chatted a couple minutes ago, and YouTube just shows all old chat. But yeah, I was having some great fun playing Path of Exile. Depending on things, Path of Exile might be a game I bring in while waiting for the secret project to finish up, because I don't expect to be able to finish the storyline on it in a reasonable amount of time, and I wasn't paying, I just guessed there. It is a game similar in style, but newer than Torchlight. That actually was probably that was pretty much guaranteed to be mine. Why did I click there? And I feel it does it does a lot of things a lot better than Torchlight. No, storyline for Path of Exile. I don't expect to finish the storyline for Path of Exile on stream. Like, I will probably, if I stream it, I think I will create a character. I'll create a new character to play. Probably gonna. I might continue my trend of doing solo self-found. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, my timeline. My timeline is... scheduling things for me is kind of awkward, especially when I decide to do stuff like this, and just... boop, I signed up for a tournament, and now I need to practice for that tournament. You know, this is not really... like, I did not take this into account in my overarching plan for what I would be streaming in the near future. So it well, I take every tournament seriously, so, you know, but sure, I'll take it. I can take Chord Cup seriously. I will have fun with it. Like, I think I proved myself pretty well in Bloop's Grand Prix, ending out in 4th place there. So I kind of want to continue. Of course, this is different. I mean, I only ended out that well in that tournament because of the inclusion of survival modes, which my survival really bends its way to my skills. To the way I play Minesweeper, I am focused and consistent when it comes to the game. So I do really well on things where I don't have to be going fast. And survival, well, if you are playing right, you do not have to go fast. Of course, speed helps, but the goal is survival, not not speed. But yeah, so I expect that I'll still do decently, because I did reasonably well, yeah, I did reasonably well when it came to, the no-guess portion of that tournament as well. So and there were some people who are absolutely insane at Minesweeper playing then. So who knows? I do really enjoy Minesweeper streams. That was very smart. I do really enjoy Minesweeper streams. I just haven't been doing them as much because I have other things that I want to do, and so I kind of end up with the choice of what do I spend time on. And so I could dedicate a day a week to Minesweeper, but then with the fact that I only stream 2 days a week usually, that means that I don't really... it really limits what I can do otherwise. So right now it is something special that I bring out occasionally. If I went back to streaming 3 days a week or more, I would probably include more Minesweeper regularly. But yeah. Excuse me. Bup. So but you know, there's always a question of whether this is actually, you know, I think it's obvious that Minesweeper is good content to stream, especially when I'm actually trying. But it gives me really good time to just chat with y'all most of the time. So it's that's probably one of the reasons I enjoy it most, is that it's really easy to commentate. I don't have to think too much about the gameplay, so I can mostly focus on... there's one in those two, which means that I don't like that corner. That corner's not playing nice. have tried this board difficulty way too many times, and I've gotten very close to actually finishing it enough times that it just is. It irks me that I haven't been successful yet. This is a high difficulty board, and I understand that, but it still. It is also a high difficulty guess board, so, you know, that means that there's no guarantee for me to actually be able to solve it. Not there, which means there's one there. That... there is one there for sure. Just like I've thought about streaming chess, trying to get good at chess again. I just haven't. Too many other things I've been interested in. And while I think chess would be fun, and I think that I might. No, I wanted the one next to that. I think I might grow if I was streaming chess. It's growth isn't everything I'm looking for right now. I'm mostly looking to have fun with my streaming, because it's a hobby, for sure. So, information about the tournament. It is a... who knows how many people. Swiss system tournament, which is a system that I'm used to, so I will explain what Swiss system means later. It has a it has a minimum skill. No, there is a cap at your total personal best of 100 seconds. So if you have less than 100 seconds as your total personal best, you are not allowed to partake in this iteration of the tournament. My personal best is at 121. So I have a decent way to go before the cutoff there. So even if I make some decent PBs today, I won't disqualify myself. It is next Saturday, 1 week from now, starting at 2 p.m. Central, which, funny enough, is the normal time that I start my streams, but I will be doing a long stream that day with the intention of getting practice in and just sitting around and chatting beforehand. You know, just kind of chilling out and hanging. I do not know if I am allowed to stream my perspective, but if I am, I will be commentating when I'm not playing, or at least attempting to commentate when I'm not playing. I will also be commentating while I play, but a lot of that will be grumbles of frustration and sighs and why did I do that and how could anyone have figured that out and such things. Yeah. So I did say I would explain how Swiss system tournaments work. I don't know how this one in particular is going to work. I have not chatted with the organizers about this. But in general, a Swiss tournament is one where there is... You should not need to join the tourney Discord to see it. There is, so in a Swiss system tournament, there is, several rounds, and you are ranked based off of your performance in those rounds. You know, as per usual. But, like, the way that it is designed so that you do not have to play everyone to see who is the best. So, generally in chess, the way it would work is that you would have a seeded or random first round. It depends on the tournament. Most tournaments I went to were random first rounds. And then by participating, by winning the random the first round, you would be seated in the top half. Or if you lost the first round, you would be seated in the bottom half. By doing that, you would then keep playing until you get in the tournaments I was a part of, it was always 6 rounds. 6-round tournaments to determine the person who won. Tie breaks were done based off of your opponent's win rate. So that was the first tie break. So if your opponent's combined win rate, if you won against someone who ended up winning the tournament, who won all 6 of their matches, that would give you 6 points in your first tiebreak. Which, that wouldn't happen because you would have won against them and they couldn't get 6 wins, but that's the way it goes. If the people you beat end up doing well, you get good tie breaks, and if the people you beat end up doing poorly, you get bad tie breaks. And so, that way, you get essentially a comparison of everyone against everyone, assuming, of course, this is where different games are going to end up having different rules and different ways they deal with this. But that is making the assumption that if you would win against this person, and then they would win against this other person, that you would also win against that other person. That's not how reality works, but it's the best you can really do in a tournament, in a non-round robin tournament. Which, round robins, they're great until you get a whole pile of people, and then they're crappy because they take forever, because everyone has to play against everyone else. They're great until they're not, and that's yeah. And so that is generally what this tournament system is going to look like. I don't know what the day is going to look like. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like so like in chess, all of the rounds would be competing at the same time. And so, like, if you had someone like commentating, because they have said that they're gonna have people commentating the tournament. So if they're gonna have people commentating and the all the rounds are going to be happening at the same time, then that means that they're probably only going to be commentating the board one, the people who are highest ranked, which in chess would be board one. Speaking of board one, I got seeded onto board one once, and then I immediately ended up losing against the person who ended up winning that tournament. But that was fun. That was the one time I ended up on the highest board, because I actually won my first round, which was a rarity in the first year I did chess. I usually ended up losing my first round. I usually ended up losing my first round and and then usually getting 3 wins. Usually loss win, loss win, loss win was the general way that I played tournaments in my first year. I had a few tournaments with 4 wins, but not very many. But still, 50, like, I think I ended up, that was smart, at a similar level. I think that day I was, what it really tells me is that I was of middling skill. Which, you know, it makes sense. I was moderately good at the game. I wasn't great. A surprising number of a decent number of the people I lost against had been playing chess significantly longer than I had. Because I really just got into chess seriously trying to understand it that year. And so, you know, before then, I understood the game. I knew how to play, but I didn't know how to play, if you know what I mean. I wasn't skilled. I was just moving pieces that looked good. I wasn't strategizing. I wasn't doing such things. So that was the first year that I really tried to play chess, and that first year I was usually in the middle to top half of the competitors. So yeah, that's something I'm happy about, is that I hadn't ever put much time into it, and then when I started to, I was very quickly at a reasonable skill level. The group of tournaments I played in didn't track ELO as far as I know, so I never had an ELO rating, but, you know, I did it for fun. Yeah. Well, that does sound like fun. Yeah, that was when I played chess in high school. And I had a ton of fun doing it. I did not continue into my sophomore year. I went to one tournament in my sophomore year and decided it wasn't for me anymore. I'm not sure why I decided that, but I think I might have had a falling out with with the coach, because I as a sophomore was among the most senior players in the team. We had like the only other players older than us had graduated that last year. So we were essentially the leaders of the team, the captains, and that was a lot of work. And I don't think that I think that I had a falling out with the coach at that point. I think it might have been that he felt ready to take over, because like the year before, the main person who taught us was one of the seniors, and so he felt ready to take over at that point, but Oh, for sure. If I had continued, I probably would have gotten to a significantly better place than a consistent consistently 3 wins. But I did not continue, and here we are, playing Minesweeper while streaming and chatting about history. This is my last attempt at this board before I give up and start working on and do some no guessing speed arenas. And now that I've said that, what the game is going to do, what the board's going to do, is it's going to get down to a very close to being able to finish board, and then it's going to have 2 50-50s, and I have to guess on both of them, and they're not going to affect each other, and then that's going to cause me to lose, because I'm going to guess one of them right, and I'm going to guess one of them wrong, and I'm going to be very frustrated because I almost got it. And then and then the sense of gambler's fallacy inside of me is gonna be like, "Hey, you should try again. You were on a hot streak there. You almost did it." And then I'm gonna feel like I need to keep going, even though I know that there's no such thing as a hot streak. And do I sound like this has happened before? Because this has happened before. I have made the decision that I'm going to finish doing this. That I'm going to finish up doing this board. Just for it to tease me. Just for it to tease me with an almost finish, with one that I almost can beat. And then I just can't. Because it comes down to 50-50s and I guess wrong. And I've run into this before. Okay, the top is done. We're gonna trace down from the top and get rid of Oh, you know I do. Look at this. One right there, which means one right there, which clears that out. Okay. We do that. And then that right there. That corner is looking like it's going to be a pain at this point. Let's switch over to this other corner. That 19 left. So there's one in those two. There's one in those two. There's one in those two. So there's one in one. So either there, and there, or there and there. Which means that there's one in those three. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was a guess. 16, 16, 16, 16. So there's either one there and one. There's one there, and in those, and in one of those two. Or there's one in those, one of those two, and one there. There's 16 left. Okay, so that corner's done. There's 13 in this area. 13. So I can account for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. I can account for 7 or 8 of those 13. which means that there are 5 or 6 in there. 8 or 9, which means that there's 5 or 4 in there and in there. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 in those 3. There's 2 in those 4. Okay. I gotta count. So you have... So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11. Does that mean, and then, so I have up to 12 accounted for right now. And that was the one that I didn't account for. That was the one that I couldn't account for. Wait, there was one there too? No, I was so close. I was so close. I have no idea. None at all. Okay. Speed NG. Let's go with a level 3 speed NG. Give myself 30 minutes of practice here. Let me take a quick break, just a second, before starting this. So, be right back. Okay. We're back. Almost. Let me get this other ear in, and then we can get going. Yeah. Okay, so speed NG. we have 15 games in 30 minutes. So we have 2 minutes per game. My goal is 1 minute per game. Are you ready? Because I am. Kind of a rough start, but that worked out. This one feels like a decent board to me. That was a mistake. Okay. So, despite the fact that this is no guessing, I am still guessing regularly, because I'm playing for speed. That doesn't mean that I'm taking guesses when I have I am occasionally taking guesses when I have other choices. But I'm not taking guesses when I have obvious other choices. But I am still occasionally guessing. I'm not quite good enough to see a lot of these moves. Okay, there's one there, none there, one there. Okay, so that means there's two right there, which clears you out, which opens this up. So that's that. One in those two, which means one in those two, which means one in those two, which means none there, and none there. And that one's clear. It's been 5 minutes, and I have completed 2 boards. So, just so you know, I am not up to the pace that I want. Good. That one was much better. That was smart. Very smart. Don't mind me, I am just very smart. Thanks. I made it myself. It calms me and helps me focus. It is like a performance-enhancing drug, and yet I made it myself, and it is just music. One right there, which means there's none there, which clears that out, which does this, and huzzah, brings us further down, and essentially clears this area out. So all of that was determinable by knowing where mines couldn't be. It is... Essentially, you can do that all by counting where mines have to be. So even if you don't know where a mine is specifically, you can figure out where a mine can't be if you know where they have to be instead. It's as important a skill at going fast as as going fast is. Knowing where something is quickly um, is important, but knowing where something isn't quickly is just as important, especially in no guessing, where oftentimes that is the information that they want you to glean. That's because there is a, like, in no guessing, there is always a path through the board that will be successful. That will give you all the information you need. That path is often having to do with some more obscure logic that a lot of people don't get into when they're thinking about Minesweeper. At least when you're starting out, you don't get into that logic. But it's very important to actually be able to complete no guessing maps without guessing. If that's what you want. Which, honestly, is one of my favorite things. Because this is the part of the game that I find the most fun, is essentially the mid-game, and games where the mid-game goes all the way to the end is my favorite. Where there is not... Darn it, that was supposed to be right click. Where there's not really an end game. There's a lot, and I get that. There's a lot to do to train your eyes to see what I'm seeing. Like, I started learning that process of finding where the mines aren't when I was in college. There were some days where I would just, well, after we complete this, I'll show you what I would do. I'll go over to Minesweeper Pro first, because I can turn on Windows 7 mode, which makes it much easier to show off, because it guarantees openings, and that's how I learned how to play like that. But essentially, it was me without thinking about it. I would start to play. One of the ways that I do things is I turn everything into games. Like, I was the best at playing the game of school. I learned very quickly how to take multiple choice tests well. And so I turned school into a game. And succeeding at the game meant getting good grades and not getting in trouble. So I turned Minesweeper into a game. I mean, it is already a game, but I turned a particular way of playing Minesweeper, which turned out to be training me to play fast. And I didn't think about it at the time, but it turned out to be just the way things were. I turned that into a game. So I will show you and teach you that game. If I can remember exactly the rules that I had, I will teach you those. Otherwise, I will just show you the game because it's part of, because I do at least know how to play. Because I remember what I used to do. I just don't remember necessarily why I did it the way I was doing it. But that's one of... I'm very competitive when it comes to things. And so one of the ways that I get good at things is by turning them into games. And then I have fun at getting good. Which... So I do that for things that I find boring. I do that for things that I want to do, that I would normally not do. So like trying to get myself to do something unusual for myself, I try to turn things into games. Let me amend your statement. I'm amazing at not giving up at things that at things that I don't have a distinct difference between my expectations and reality of my skill level. I also have a streak of perfectionism in me, which is a real nasty streak of showing up when I want to learn a new skill and make it very hard for me to actually learn my new skills, to learn any new skills if I am too far below the level that I think I should be at. And a lot of that is to fix that, I really just need to find a better way of tuning my own expectations for myself. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So if I could do that, then I would agree with you that I am very good at not giving up. But like there are a lot of things like drawing and painting that I've really tried to do that I just have never been able to convince myself to continue working on for long enough for my skill to meet the expectation I have for myself. And so the fact that my skill is below the expectation I have for myself, every time I try, I end up giving up way faster than I really should, which causes a lot of problems. Now you'll notice that there are some ways that I do art. Like, I did all of the animation work, or I have done all of the animation work for Lost Colony. And so, you know, a lot of that is not as good as I want it to be. But, I figured out how to use other skills that I'm good at, that I'm already good at, to help me build up and work past my roadblock, my mental block of doing art. Well, that's helpful. Thanks, Brain. So yeah, there's... There's a lot. There we go. There's that. So, like, in the past with writing, I actually did a really good job of not giving up on writing for quite a while. And then I made a decision, which I might regret now, but I made a decision that if I was going to put in the effort to write, I was going to write and edit and do all that stuff. I was going to do it for myself, and so I stopped writing fan fiction, which is what I was writing fan fiction at the time. What I haven't done since then is actually get back to writing any of my own stories, which I do. Like, I still am a storyteller, I just don't write them. So. Something that I really feel like I should do is I should go back and rewrite that fan fiction and that I was working on, and turn it into a completely original universe so that it's something that in theory I could sell and market if I wanted to, and then I could continue to tell that story. That would then be inspired by the thing that I was writing fan fiction on, which it was already only inspired by the thing I was writing fan fiction for. Like, it was pretty much an entire alternate universe, 100%, 100% AU. But I was writing it with, you know, in that universe still, so it was not me. It was not my... I would not have had the capability of monetizing it. Why I decided that was so important in 11th grade... Well, you know, 11th grade isn't so crazy for thinking about things like that, but, you know. This one feels right. Okay, so there's one there. There's one there. Okay, cool. Took 25 minutes. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to Expert, Windows 7 Open. Okay? So, and we can leave the lobby. For sure. For sure. So, what I would do is I would play a game of, like, essentially I would play a game of no flagging. And so by no flagging, you do a lot. Now I guess this isn't quite so much the game I was thinking about. But no flagging is one of the best ways that I learn how to look where mines aren't. That was a misclick. But this is the game I actually played, is that I would go through and flag as many as I could without opening any mines. So those two are open, those two are open, those three are open. I don't have any information to get onto that side of the board. So now I go and open up all the information that I have, and I do it again. That one's solved. This one's not, but it's so. We have there. And so that by doing that, like, so there's one in those two, which means there's not one there. And so this is not fast, but the goal here isn't speed. The goal here is mine awareness. One right there, not one there, one right there, not one there. Click, click, click. Not one there. Not one there, which means there's 5 there. This 4 is solved, which means there's not one there. Indeed. So, yeah. And that's exactly the goal here. Is not speed, understanding. Usually I wouldn't keep this going for this long, but I'm trying to show as much of that, as much of this as I can. And so it's well, it is what it is. And so I think this area is pretty much solved except for those 3. And this isn't actually no guess. But I get what you're saying. This is not. No. But like I can there was no guessing there at all. That was 100% just me knowing what's going on. Yeah. That was all board knowledge. This is the reason that I don't normally go that long is because it stops being fun after a while. I didn't But like that, you know, those ones are simple. That one is a bit harder. One of those three. There's one right there. There's none right there. There's none right there. Like, I think that is 100%. That right there is 100% of the information available without opening any tiles right there. No guess. No guess right there at all. Oh, I didn't open that tile. Oh well. There's one there. There's none right there. For sure. It is very different. It is indeed where practice comes into play. It's this is something that I practice doing this kind of thing quite a bit, to be honest. Like I never even thought about suggesting this to people I was teaching as a method of practice. Because it doesn't feel like you're going fast, but what you are... Because what I know that I'm learning here is that I am learning board. I'm learning understanding of the board. I am... And so that's where a lot of my I'm guessing that this is where a lot of my instinct and guessing a lot of my instinct when I'm guessing comes from. is just, that was not smart, but is just that I did this a surprising amount. There's one right there, guaranteed. Yeah, so, yeah. So you can see how those two, how that leads to board knowledge, leads to me making a lot of misclicks. No, it leads to me understanding, to me not having to make guesses as often. As well as, you know, being able to go fast. In time, practice makes for speed, but how you practice depends on how you gain your speed. Or how you practice determines how your speed comes. And so, you know, playing games like that to just see how much information can I figure out from what it gives me, from just the first click, you know. Not how many tiles can I open, because tiles give you more information. How much information do I have just with this? And so it's a fun little game. I got really good at it. I'm very out of practice. I have not done it in a long time, but I would say that is probably a large part of my skill. Now, if only I could speed up, you know. The problem with that is that it's not an efficient way to play the game. And so what it really ends up doing to me is I am probably pretty close to my personal upper limit in speed. I'm pretty close to my upper limit in speed, I believe, without retraining into playing differently than I currently do. Or I can just learn to move my mouse faster and and think faster and stuff like that. But you know, it's a lot. It's trying to do stuff like that is a lot. But you know, let's just keep doing that. Let's because the way that I see really high-level players playing doesn't look like this. And so, like, there's... Like, it's always interesting to be able to tell like to just be able to see that there is a disconnect between what the really high level players are doing and what you're doing, and that just kind of discourages me, because I pretty much know that without changing the way I play, I'm not gonna be faster. I'm not gonna get faster. And I'm okay with that. It's just kind of you know? Yeah, there's more ways to learn. Like, at some point, if I want to really get faster, I probably need to get tutored by someone who is actually good at the game, you know, compared to me, who is good at the game, has a really good, has significantly better times than I do, because... But honestly, I play Minesweeper to have fun, and I have a ton of fun the way that I play. So I feel that I have more fun playing this way than in any other way I've tried to play. So I kind of don't really care about going faster if it means that I'm gonna end up having less fun. One thing I know is that it's probably not going to end up meaning I'm going to have less fun, but that is a perfectly good excuse for now while I refuse to learn. Huzzah! Not quite at my record, but... Thanks. Darn it! That was a 50-50. Ah! Ah! No! I hate that bug. I need to talk to Noger about it. Why did I click there? That... That endgame was painful. So I just that's Minesweeper. I feel okay about this. Let's go for some true pain. One. Two. Zero. Yeah, I suppose so. I can certainly say that, I was much more of a math guy for a long time, because math has answers. Because there's always an answer for math. There is right and wrong. Whereas I was not much into English because there wasn't answers. Everything was opinion based. Everything was there. Sure, there was factual things about writing, but you know, those are all just pedantics. The actual content of the writing is now I do say was. I became a person who liked English later on. Because the creative side of me really got into it at the time. Because I am, in case you guys didn't realize, I am a creative. I know that's hard to tell, but yeah, I'm a creative person, and so I'm a creative person and also a math person, and that's what drew me into becoming a programmer, because it let me be creative while still having right and wrong. Because the part of programming that's creative is the path to the right and wrong. Yeah. 16. 7 more. That's a good sign. Mm-hmm. 6 more. Good. Good. No! No! Back to 0. This was not going to make it easy on me, was it? Even if I'd gotten that one right, these next ones are still stupid. So yeah, there's definitely a perfectionist inside of me that demands to be listened to, but at the same time, no, I don't. Which I guess can be proven based on the fact that that one still was around from the spring quest. Hello. We're just kind of winding down. Oh, darn it. I suppose I do. My voice is definitely more nasally than it is bassy. But yeah, I could see it. You guys having fun over there? In Cheese Land? Yeah. Good. Contemplating ordering an Indian for dinner tonight. So the good news is I'm feeling fairly de-rusted on my times. I mean, low hundreds is reasonable. I wish I was down. I'll be pushing to get my expert times down in the upper 90s instead. I get chicken vindaloo. I'm a bit of a spice guy. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day for Minesweeper. Yeah, I'll be back at where I should be with just a little bit more work. But you know, like I'm decent. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out and watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. For sure. I'm always glad to. Okay, I'll talk to you later.